important, or can they just write a decent tune?
Yeah, they can, but I don't think that stands out over any of the other the other decent tunes.
Yeah.
So it's fine to stay in the same sound and style if you're going to keep banging out the top tunes kind of thing. But I think it's that felt like an album track as opposed to one of the singles from back in the day. Well, I'm just trying to start a feud with Noel Gallagher because it generally helps an artist's career or sort of record sales and things like that. So yeah, it's frankly appalling. Sounds like it was written by a 4-year-old, and not even his 4-year-old.
If you want something a little bit more edgy, a little bit more cutting edge, after this, we got the new one from Keane.
BBC 6.
Available only to download as a taster from their forthcoming album, which is out on the 13th of October. That's Keane, and the tune is Spiraling. Steve Show 6 Music. We're just listening to a couple of big tunes from a couple of big artists that are going on the airwaves, just to keep you fully abreast. And, well, there we are, Keane. Sammy?
I'm not keen.
Oh, come on, you can do better than that.
I probably can. It sounded like an improper remix of the Biker Groove theme tune.
I don't remember the Biker Groove theme tune.
It went, ooh, biker, groove, etc. There's people on trampolines being frozen in midair. But see, I unfashionably used to love Keane. Their first album, I will still stand up and say it's a brilliant album. And it was brilliant because it was vocals, it was vocally driven, drums, piano, it was very clean, very lovely. What was that? Yeah, progression's good. Not if you're going to go mental, it's not.
Well, I thought, didn't the little fella from Keane, didn't he go a bit mental?
Tom Keane.
Did he end up in a...
he got addicted to Pop-Tarts or something.
Yeah, and he had a bit of a Duchovny, and he popped in rehab. And is that what he's come back out, having cleaned up?
Yeah.
Because if that's what he's done, then he's cleaned up, pop back inside, collect whatever you flushed down the toilet, start using it again. Well, there we are. I mean, there was a spoken word section in it, so Scroobius Pip must have a view on that.
I thought that was a shocking song, quite frankly. It's a training montage in an 80s like dance movie. Not a boxer or anything, but when it's the 80s dance, they're going to go back and show everyone that although they didn't go to the good school, they're going to dance their way through. And the spoken word bit, you want the family, and it's like, oh, come on, go, you can do it.
Do you want to be president, I think, was there at one point.
Out the blue.
But maybe there, because I've always thought it's a very canny move, is to write a tune that can specifically be used in any kind of montage on TV at the end of a sports event.
So that was such a montage.
That could be used in any kind of sort of self-help TV show.
Genius.
You can imagine that popping up in the X Factor, can't you? When they really need to give it 110%. Rufus.
Well, I remember my brother told me he watched a lot of videos about the war, montages of war, and Annie Lennox's wife was absolute shoo-in. Every single montage of the wall, there's Annie crooning away some why and making us think.
Gold, of course.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
By Spandau Ballet. Yeah.
But that song reminded me of similar to an 80s montage of those Australian soap opera bands who kind of form and they kind of wear t-shirts and swimming trunks and they play in the youth club and then the guitarist walks out because he secretly fancies the drummer's girlfriend and then they all get together at the end of the episode and play that song.
Right, yes. Yeah. I can see where you're coming from. Harry, you look like you're going to throw up.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about progression with Oasis and how they don't progress. That was progression, it was different, but their career, it's kind of like progression from being in a coma to having a horribly violent death. That was the progression I was seeing there. And it's almost as if the government, the Treasury are desperately trying to raise money in troubled times, but, you know, obvious taxes aren't the way forward. It wouldn't surprise me if Keane are some government tool to raise revenue from stupid people.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Blimey, that's it's both catty but also insightful.
Ooh, thanks.
And thank you very much indeed. Well, listen, just so that you're fully abreast what's going on musically at the moment, we are actually not going to be around for a couple of weeks, maybe longer. Not entirely sure yet, so you'll have to make do with, I'm sure, the excellent stand-ins. But so that you're fully up to the date on what's happening musically, you'll probably be aware that Rhys Ifans, the actor and occasional paramour of ladies in tabloid newspapers, has a band. And they have a tune. The tune is Let's Go F in Mental. I've streamed that up. And the band are called The Peth. Have a listen. So the band are called The Peth, and the song is Let's Go in Mental. And Rhys Ifans, of course, is the reason that they're getting some attention, because is he the lead singer? Is that what we've established?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Sharing singing duties with Super Furry Animals lead singer Duff Iron.
Ah, right.
Iron. Oh, is it?
A lot of that information, I'd like to have seen that information gleaned during the song, not while we're on air broadcasting half a dozen people. So, there we are. Thoughts coming at you, Rufus.
Steve, one of my eternal regrets is I didn't write either I Get Knocked Down by Chumbawamba or Born Sleepy by Underworld. I think that they're going for that market. They're going for the shouty lager in hand in the nightclub, and they might make a lot of money out of it. I don't know if it's any good, but I toe tapping, nice.
What do you feel about rock stars acting in films and vice versa, actors popping up in bands, Harry?
Well, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? You know, I work in a bank. I don't, moonlight in a supermarket in the evenings, and that for me is
Is that the obvious
that's
correlation?
essentially the same thing.
But you aren't moonlighting on the radio.
Well, yeah, but I'm not getting paid.
Yeah, but obviously there's a reason, because that's why we've changed your name.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the thing is, if you live in London, you're only ever, 6 feet from a rat, and you're only ever 10 minutes from a badly aimed Rhys Ifans haymaker, because he's constantly punching people, so I'm not going to say anything bad about that. Well done, Sam.
We'll come to Sammy from the north.
It's just left me cold. I'm not fussed one way or another. I was hoping for more, especially with the title. I didn't get what I wanted, and I feel knocked by that.
Scroobius, you've got a bit of effing and blinding in some of your tunes. Is that a cheap attempt to get some attention?
I think this song, it seems to be going. I don't know. I think the whole thing seems to be. It's like he's actor, therefore the band are going to get some coverage, but that's not enough. So they'll do a let's go mental, just to get. But I think it's got that sing along and a lads culture. People will go for it. Maybe definitely the kind of Chumbawamba and that Reef song that was a very
hands up.
chance along. Put your hand. It's got that kind of vibe to it, and it was inoffensive.
Pleasant enough, you say? Thank you very much indeed. Well, I'm afraid I'm pretty much going to have to wrap it up. Stuart McConey is next with his Freak Zone. Hang around for that if you like some esoteric music. We, as I say, are going to be away for a little while, so check the website for further information on who's standing in, and when we will be back, and we'll see you soon.
Six Music.
New Order are re-releasing a number of their classic albums, including Technique, and from it, of course, Fine Time. Kickstarting the Steve Show. Welcome back to me. Let's have a massive round of applause for me. I think we're all deeply excited that I have graciously returned for 1 week to fulfill my BBC obligations, brackets, contract. And yes, I apologise to everyone. I sort of disappeared without any real warning. I understand that David Quantick has been filling in wonderfully, I imagine with a certain sardonic look at music and possibly the week's news, I'm not sure. But we're back, as I say, for 1 week, and then I've got to disappear again, so I apologise. But we should make it a good show, guys. Let's make it an absolute blinder. And what can I say? You know, I've been away. I've been stateside. I'm not going to BS anyone. A lot of glamorous stuff was going on there. Before I fill you in on what's been happening, I should welcome my compadres. We got Sammy from the north.
Hiya.
Hello. All right. How are you?
I got a little bit of a cold going on, but I'm okay.
I've got a cold as well, so there's going to be quite a lot of sniffling.
You have always got a cold, though.
Well, you say that, but sometimes it's just my massive drug addiction that I masquerade as a cold. And, of course, Tiny Dan.
Hello.
We've not heard from you, Dan, for many, many months, but a lot of people are wondering who you are.
I'm erratic. I'm very erratic. I'm not reliable. I'm apparently a very tiny man,
Yes.
according to you. That's not true. I measured myself against a life-size cutout of wee Jimmy Cranky. the other
Right,
day,
and
I
you're
towered above her.
Really?
Him.
Well, hang on, what? Him?
Him.
I don't
Yes,
know what you
towered
mean.
above him. Yeah.
But, yeah, well, it's lovely to have you back. A lot of people,
Oh,
of
thank
course,
you.
probably won't even remember who you are.
No, I doubt it, no.
In your honour, I thought I would play a tune especially for you.
Oh, really?
Whenever I think of this song,
it's Ski Love,
I think
isn't it?
instantly,
Yeah.
of course
Yeah.
it's Ski Love.
Yeah, it's Ski Love.
But it's lovely to have you back. Thank you so much.
It's bullying.
Yeah.
Bullying.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had
From 1995, Skilo and I Wish. Very much indeed for coming back. But listen, I've barely got back in the hot seat, and I'm already thinking about next week. And I'm going to be absent again. I will explain fully to you, the listener, where I'll be going after we've spoken to who's going to be sitting in next week. And you think already we're thinking ahead. And I'll tell you, it's not like we've just found some, kind of would-be DJ, some local radio hack. It's only Ricky Wilson from the Kaiser Chiefs. Round of applause. Yeah, now, Ricky, there's a lot of pressure sitting in for a big radio show like this. Have you had any experience?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I've
that's
been on the
excellent.
radio before, and I've listened to the radio.
Okay.
I have over 3 radios in my house,
Okay, brilliant.
not counting my digital TV, which also...
Has radio facilities. Yeah. What sort of style will you be going with? Will you be trying to just be yourself, or will you be affecting a kind of DJ voice like that?
Well, I kind of see this as my big audition.
Sure.
When, for like, next year, we will take some time off, and I'm hoping that I can do this on a more permanent basis, maybe a Sunday afternoon slot.
Perhaps further down the road, you'll get yourself as a panellist on the X Factor.
Well, that would be, that is the ultimate goal for anyone
Absolutely.
in any career.
Now, where do we speak to you right now, Ricky?
I'm in Athens.
Okay, is that
Athens, Georgia. Athens, Greece.
is that a holiday?
No. I haven't had a holiday ever, I don't think.
Goodness me.
I'm in a hotel room waiting to support REM.
Oh, fantastic. Do you mean support them in a sort of spiritual way? Because I know they've got a lot of problems.
Support them in a more physical way, actually keep them standing up still. They're all pretty old now.
No, so you're performing with your band, Kaiser Chiefs.
That's my band.
Yeah. Didn't want to, I almost said the Kaiser Chiefs. I've embarrassed myself.
You can say either, I don't mind, I'm not a fussy.
Well, I know a lot of your fans will be a lot more fascistic about that.
Maybe White Stripes might.
So, is this one of the biggest gigs of your career?
No.
Okay. Let's not go down that road.
It's barely tickling my day, to be honest.
Do you get stressed and nervous before you go on in front of thousands of people?
Do you?
Well, I don't never perform in front of that many people. I'm too scared.
Yeah, you must have stood in front of people before.
I've stood in front
I
of
was more
people.
nervous doing a best man speech than I've been.
Yeah, that is the most terrifying thing I can ever imagine, is doing a best
I
man
like it
speech.
when you meet another best man and you can talk about how terrifying it is.
Yeah, and how did your speech go? Was there any zingers you can remember?
Oh, I can't remember any zingers. But it was kind of off the cuff. It was very
the
long. But I think I did well. It's walking a tightrope because you can't be offensive, yet you can't be too bland.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's very tricky, and obviously I would always feel that there was a certain pressure, having worked in the comedy industry, to be properly
Of course,
funny.
yeah, I know, but it's the same thing for me. Everyone expected, here comes Ricky. He was going to crowd surf or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you get the guitar out? That would have been obvious.
I can't play the guitar.
Ah, you
Barely
embarrassed
play
yourself.
anything. I could play the ukulele a bit, but that's about it.
Well, you could have, was the bride called Ruby? Because there's an obvious shoe in there.
I did actually recite the lyrics to Ruby at one point. But that was more of a self-defacing joke.
Now then,
The right phrase.
I don't think it is.
Effacing.
Now listen, be careful making up phrases and words when you're on the radio, because it's all about words are your tool, alright? You can't sort of just jump around, pogoing around the stage, showing off on the radio.
Yeah, words are a tool, and, I am a tool.
And so, just tell us a little bit more, can you tell us a bit about the new album? Because I know people are hotly anticipating it.
There's nothing you need to know.
Right.
It's out in the shops on October the 20th, and we wouldn't have put it there if we weren't confident.
Oh, that sounded arrogant, frankly.
I think it sounded good, because you don't want to bug guys from the band going, it's great, or it's the best album we've done, because I'm not going to say anything else.
Sure.
Boring. I'd prefer to just sit back, relax, and let word of mouth take over.
That's very confident. Is it a radical departure from the sound we've grown to love?
I'd say it was moving forward. Departure, no. Maybe kind of just pushing ourselves. And we just hope that, we take people that like us with us.
Sure.
Maybe invite a few more along for the
Hey,
ride.
listen, yeah, if some new fans can come along, that will certainly boost sales. So, thumbs up there.
It's all about sales.
Well, I disagree, but I judge the best
I was
albums.
joking.
I judge the best albums entirely on their sales, thus making the best of the Eagles the greatest album ever made. Now, while I've been away for about a month. I've come back. I was just looking.